Hello, welcome to Movie Herd. It's a show where we talk, you listen, and we talk.
You already said that.
So today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite movies of all time.
Probably one of our favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, probably
one
his
of
too.
Favorite.
Our favorite movies of all time: Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring.
Extended edition.
Extended edition, because once you go extended, you never go back.
You can't go back. It's illegal, actually.
It's like
in
when I
three states.
when I watch the theatrical versions, it feels like it's chopped up. It just doesn't feel right.
No, it doesn't flow.
Yeah,
You have
exactly.
to watch the extended. If you haven't seen the extended, go watch the extended. It's way better than the theatrical version.
Oh yeah, it's probably the best extended film of all time.
The beginning of the movie is probably one of my favorite parts, and not just like the introduction part, but the whole part when they're in the Shire. I love the introduction part in the extended because there's a whole like 20 to 30 minutes in the extended edition that just shows basically an introduction of what's going on in the history of like the ring and everything that. And it is crazy, and it's so in depth, and it tells you so much in kind of a short amount of time.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that.
Bilbo talking about all of it too. Yeah.
And then when they get into the Shire, and then you meet like the main characters who you're going to be following throughout these movies, and they just they play like that. The youngness and the youthfulness and the they're innocent into the world.
Yes.
They just don't know what's out there yet, and then as they start going through that path.
I just love the Shire. The Shire is probably the location that I love the most out of any of them. Even though there's a lot more exotic locations in Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Wow, the Shire takes the cake.
Well, it's just such a contrast.
Mm-hmm.
You get a contrast throughout the rest of the movie from that Shire because you start off in that really innocent, very
the bar
pleasant.
high
Oh yeah.
For the living.
Mm-hmm.
It also shows what they'll be fighting for. This is the reason why they're going out on that journey and going out of their comfort zone and trying to destroy the ring. And the Shire is just this perfect place. And I could spend a whole movie in the Shire, honestly. Like, I mean, I was telling Kyle yesterday when we were watching some of Lord of the Rings, where I was like, man, there needs to be a romantic comedy or drama just set in the Shire.
Yeah.
And it's just a whole 2 hours of being in the Shire with hobbits.
I'd like to see a TV
think
series
that would've been-
just called The Shire.
TV
like they could
show.
do at least like 2 to 3 seasons
of
that with like hour-long episodes.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
BBC too. Like doing it. I could picture that.
Yeah, I mean the set's already there.
Set's already there. Exactly. And so we get introduced to these 4 hobbits that we're gonna follow throughout all the 3 films. Frodo Baggins, Merry, Pippin, Samwise Gamgee.
Now, quick question actually. Of the 4 hobbits, which one's your favorite?
Samwise Gamgee.
I think Pippin's probably my favorite.
Pippin's funny. I just love how Sam is just it's almost like he's the heart of the trilogy.
Yeah.
Like he's really the guy. He grounds Frodo. I mean, he wouldn't have gotten Frodo wouldn't have gotten through the journey without him. The main theme overall of Lord of the Rings is, the smallest, person can make the biggest difference in the world. So as they leave the Shire, the comforts of the Shire, a quote from Sam comes to mind where he's like, if I take one more step, it'll be one more step further than I've ever been. A great line in the show.
So good.
Oh yeah. And it's just kind of like, then he takes it. They're very brave to take this crazy journey.
And not only did he take that next step, but like Frodo was just right there.
Yeah.
To help him along. Yeah, I think he went back and like started like kind of pulling him along. Cause
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know what? We need to go further. We need to do this.
Mm-hmm. It can be taken into life too, where we're at a crossroads, or we're at the fork of the road, and we got to keep moving forward in life. It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
I mean, another quote I've gone living by is, there's no growth in the comfort zone or comfort in the growth zone. And I think in life you're supposed to be slightly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Rod, if you're not,
you're doing something wrong.
You're doing something wrong. You're degressing
and
stuff. So I guess in life you're supposed to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean, I guarantee it wasn't comfortable for Sam to take that next step.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like why Frodo was there. Like, I mean, that's not the only reason. But like, he was there to help him along. That's why we have friends in life.
Mm-hmm.
It's so relatable. The whole story is just so relatable. I know there's not like wizards or giant eagles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the basics like of the story, the baseline of it, is incredibly relatable.
The core of it, yeah. They just, and they're the heart of it. And there's so many, like you said, there's so many other things going in that show but it comes right down to the relationships and the the pure heart of gold that these hobbits have. To me, I think Lord of the Rings is, it's a bold claim, but you probably think it too, the greatest book to movie ever. You need a Jackson behind every book to movie. Wow, I mean, he did such a good job.
Not only is he a good storyteller, but he's passionate about what he does,
Mm-hmm.
and especially about Lord of the Rings
Mm-hmm.
and the books and the stories and the characters. He had such great stuff to work with, and then on top of that, his passion and his talent helps it just go so much further.
I remember growing up and watching the first one, and me and my brother would always. I have a brother that's a year younger than me, and like growing up, we always had the same things. We always liked the same characters, and we always had the same bikes and whatever. And we watched Fellowship, and we both liked Legolas at first. Like we were fighting over, like we were on the playgrounds, and in the neighborhood with the friends playing imaginary games of Lord of the Rings. We would fight over the character Legolas, until I think the second movie, and then I was like, you know what? I like Aragorn better than Legolas. That's so great about Lord of the Rings. There's so many characters that everyone could be someone different. What was your favorite character?
Probably Gandalf.
Gandalf. Okay.
Yeah, I think just the big gray beard and the awesomeness. He's very similar to Dumbledore. He just plays that wise old man with the beard.
Yeah.
He just plays that guy who just kind of leads them along and tells them kind of what to do, and doesn't like quite tell them exactly what to do, but enough to go there and like do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about staffs and hats that make a wizard cool.
Yeah.
Like, wands are cool too, but a staff, like,
isn't that weird that like that look of a wizard has been done to death in cinema?
Oh yeah.
With like Merlin and tons of things, and he comes around and he plays it the best I've ever seen. Ian McKellen does such a good job at Gandalf.
Oh yeah.
And it's so fun to like mimic his voice, like, because a lot of when he's I remember going camping and grabbing moths, because the moths would be attracted to the fire and the lamps we had there at night, and I would grab a moth and go and then let it go, and then hey, maybe an eagle will come, but no, that never happened.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
I have no complaints.
I don't either.
About the casting. Everyone was perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfectly casted.
Oh yeah.
Could not have found a better cast.
Yeah, because I don't think there's any other movies out there that I feel that great about the casting that I do towards Lord of the Rings. Even Star Wars, Star Wars is my only love that's greater than Lord of the Rings. Yeah. There are some casting things, or some of the cast in the films I have a problem with. Yeah. But Lord of the Rings, everyone was great. I don't know if this was true or it was just smoke coming out of Nicolas Cage's butt, but I heard he said he was going to be Aragorn, but
Nicolas
he said
Cage?
no. He said no to it, and
well, if that's
because he didn't want to live in New Zealand for 3 years or something.
Oh my gosh! If that was true, I'm so glad he said no, because that would have been another Nicolas Cage movie.
I don't know if I think he's lying. I think that's. But can you picture him like Season of the Witch or Sorcerer's Apprentice hair that he has, and he's like.
He kind of pulls off the hair a little bit, to be honest, though.
What say you?
I just don't think he could do it.
What say you? In his voice, like.
Oh my gosh.
I am Isildur's heir.
Like Elvis.
Yeah. He was stabbed by a molecule blade.
Disappears.
And disappears. Ah, it burns. Do you remember when we first met, Arwen?
Creepy.
But other than that, wow, the casting was. I loved it.
Not only, the casting was phenomenal, and all the actors did just a great job.
So I know we haven't been very critical of Lord of the Rings, and a lot of these types of videos do talk about their problems with it. But really, for us, we have nothing wrong with Lord of the Rings.
They are
honestly.
the gold standard.
Gold
They're
standard
what we try to live up to when we think about movie filming.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think they are the greatest films ever made.
So your favorite character is Aragorn. Mine is Gandalf. What is your guys' favorite character? Or who, I should say, not what. Who is your guys' favorite character and why? Why do you like them? What do they do to the story? Is there something in the story that makes you like them more than other characters? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the little bell icon, and you'll get notifications whenever we upload again. Thanks.